Today's video topic, soul dancer. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video with your girl Larose. Let's just jump right in and get started. Click on the top left corner here, and this is where you're going to find exactly where you need to focus on your stats. Now for soul dancer, what you need to focus on in this case is indicated by the M if you see it there. So we need magic attack and CDR. Okay, so if you notice at the bottom there's an exclamation mark, go ahead and click on that, and then it's going to show you what the other stats you need to focus on. So it's saying that you need to focus on con, INT, and INS. For me personally, I recommend that you guys go with INT because it's got the most magic damage, and then INS, and then con. Now I do want you guys to be aware that con does not really help. I know it says that it's got HP and defense stats, but you guys, you don't really need those because they don't do much for you as a character. It's just, they don't do much. So I would focus on INT and INS and con just as a last resort. Alright, so now if you go to the advanced settings, it's going to show you which element to focus on. So for us, we need the water element indicated by the M right next to it. Alright, so let's show you where all of these stats are going to be applied. Click on your bag and then just click on any gear. Under stats, this is where you're going to be placing all of the stuff that we've just mentioned. Magic attack, INT, INS, and CDR. Now these drops you will get randomly doing dungeons or any dailies. Now I will be breaking all of this down to you so you can get a better understanding. Let's start with emblem. Now the emblem, the higher it is the better. Obviously orange is always better than anything, but here you will see how much percentage it gives to your overall stats. Alright, now under stats, if you click on this eye looking thing, it's going to show you what stat this specific set is on. Now this one gives INT. The more you have, the higher the overall percentage will be. Now let me go and show you what I'm talking about, because there are several different kinds and you need to be aware of which one you need to gear. So if you click on gear tab and go to the set tab, it's going to show you all the different sets that you have equipped for each equipment. Now let's look at the weapon. Now right now I'm currently have a level 90 INT, but I do have all of these other ones here open. Now I do not have these geared because these stats are not what I want. See, like it's got con, dex, con. We don't need those, so definitely stick with a lower level if you have to. Now this headgear, I do have a level 100 INT, so I have that one equipped. It's called Fenrir, but I do have these other ones also here. Like I said, just ignore those and gear the ones that you need, the stats that you need. Now I do want you guys to be aware that you can only have up to 6 of each of these little sets. So for example, that Fenrir that I had geared right now, I have 4 out of 6 geared. So 6 is the maximum I can have. So once I have all of them maxed, I would have to choose a different set. So I would probably go with Dex, to be honest, but I don't know. The point is you can only have 6 max, so be aware of that. Moving on to Drac. This one here, if you click on your gear tab, the first thing that pops up is Drax. Now Drax you will get from doing dungeons, and sometimes, rarely, but sometimes you can get it from doing other things. Now each little gear has its own little description at the bottom, so you can see what each one of these does. Now obviously the yellow ones are better, and then the red or orange, whatever color that is, and then the purple. Now it is so hard to get these yellow ones unlocked. You can buy them sometimes, but sometimes they're not even at the store available for you. There are other ways you can get these drags. You can merge them. The yellow ones actually you can even promote, but you have to have these other two gears to promote this, and that is not gonna happen anytime soon, let me tell you. Yeah. So but anyways, it is there if you can afford it, and if you're lucky enough to have those other drops to feed to this yellow one here. But anyways, you guys, do pick. I'm not going to tell you which one to pick. I want you guys to do it on your own, because these are all based on whatever you want to focus on. um, for example, if you want to increase strength, if you want to increase defense, if you want to increase damage. And a lot of times, even if you want something, you're not going to get it because it's not available for you. So I'm not going to tell you which ones to gear, because that's like, I don't know, I feel like I'm offering you candy and I don't have any. I don't know, that's probably a bad a bad example of what I'm trying to get to you, trying to say to you guys. But anyways, if you don't ever get good drops, you can always gamble with it under the merge tab. But you can also use these lost whisper crystal thingies. It'll take you to an NPC and at the store, and you'll have the option to buy a drag. Now you can also collect up to 8 drags, and then if you want to gamble with it, go to the merge. Now the first one is where you need to put the gear that you want. For example, if you want the helmet, if you want your weapon, if you want, whatever one, whichever you want, and then the rest you just fill it in and then click start fusion. All right, the next thing we're going to focus on is your skills. So go ahead and click on your skills tab, and we're going to talk about each one of these. Now, the first one here, Soul Dancer Pact. This one is going to be the one that you actually link to another partner. And this is going to grant this partner speed, cooldown reduction, damage reduction, and they are going to grow in size. Now, Ice Glacier, this one inflicts magic damage. You can also heal yourself and slow down your target. The next one here, Phase Shock. With this one, you can inflict heavy magic damage to multiple enemies. So it's really good. It's probably one of the best. Now, this Azuri Mark gives out an alchemy circle which inflicts damage to random enemies. The next one that we have is Time Expansion. This one increases movement, critical resistance, cooldown reduction, and if you're linked with your partner, it also does that to your partner. So it's really good. Moving on to your set 2 skills. The first one we have here is Shadow Light. This one passively increases Gemini in attack and Ice Glare shock damage. The next one that we have is Recall Light. Recall Light is going to heal you and heal anybody within your 5-meter radius. Also granting them extra buffs, increase in crits, AP, and multi-strike. Now, the next one, Time Lock. Time Lock stops time completely and keeps your enemy from moving. So it just freezes them. The next one that we have here is Witch's Kiss. Witch's Kiss is going to turn the target into a duck, reducing their physical and magic defense. Alright, moving on to the talent tab. These right here are the ones that I use for PvP. I use Twin's Edge, Stopped Pendulum, whatever, Loki's Trick, and Sand of Time. Now, you can pause the video and read through each of these. But you can also, you guys, if you would, comment down below and tell me which ones you use for PvP and which ones would you recommend for PvE. Now, the ones that I use for PvE are these right here. Holy Feast, Stop Pendulum, Law of Time, and Ballad in the Snow. Now again, you can pause the video and read through each one of these, but let's move on to the next thing. So X skills, you can only have one of each of these. Light Beacon is more for PvE, and Time Zero is more for PvP. Now if you randomly choose an X, at the top you'll see what it does, and at the bottom you'll see what stats it gives. So it doesn't matter which one you pick, you're going to find that information on every single one of these. Now for me, I picked the one that has the most magic damage. So I have a Royal Fire equipped. Now I do want you guys to be aware that this game has presets X's picked out for you for specific things. So if you want to switch it, you have to use your default plan, and that way you can switch it out. If you don't want your default plan, you can switch out to the team or the competition presets. So it's up to you. But if you do want to change it, all you have to do is go to the default plan, tap on it, and then under the X selection, click on the one on the left, and then it'll show you all the different skills that you can pick. So let's say I wanted Scorch, and then all you would have to do is click change and then activate. And then again, you can always come back up here and choose specific one for PvE, PvP, and one-on-one. Moving on to the next thing, Sigil tab. These are all the things that you can study. All you have to do is click on one and then just click on study. Now most of these, the ones that I focus on obviously are like INT, INS, and Magic Tide, Elemental Wall, but you can increase all of them, and that's up to you which one you want to increase. And it does increase your rating. Now go to the gear tab. Under refine, we're gonna find that each little piece here gives you a specific talent point. Now level 100 gives you 2 talent points. You can see the total points here. Now click on your talent tab and it'll open up this thing. Now this explains how you get it and what you have to do. So pause the video and look at that. But these are the ones that I have here. Now I'm not going to go over it specifically. I'll click on each one of them and then you can pause the video and read it yourself. But you definitely want all of the ones on the left side and all of the ones on the right. Do not waste your talent points on the greens in the middle. You just, trust me, you do not want to do that. But go ahead and you can copy my talent points, because these are definitely the ones you need. Okay, so trust me on this one. Now you can comment down below and tell me which ones you use, and tell me which ones you recommend. Notice that I do not have all of these activated, like the taunt and the synergistic locating, but I will be activating those as soon as I get more talent points. Next, we're going to talk about your core. So click on that. All right, so Earth is Con, Fire is INT, Water INS, and Wind Dex. You can have up to 16 of these. So if you want to be a support CD, I suggest 8 Water, 6 Fire, 2 Wind. If you want to be a DPS Soul Dancer, I suggest 9 Fire, 5 Water, 2 Wind. Now, do not worry about equipping Earth Yellow gems at all, because they're not good for you. Now, if you notice at the bottom, there is a Spirit element. Now that one, you use these little gems here, but to activate those you need all of them to be at level 11. Alright, so let's go to the last thing we're going to talk about, Ally. These are the ones that I currently have available. I can equip up to 6 right now, but these are not the ones that you need. I am going to show you the ones that you need for Soul Dancer, which are the following. You need Eerie, Mingzi Lu, Anju, and Chisi Jin. Now if you have more than one of these, I suggest that you equip them twice. For example, if you have college Erie and if you have regular Erie. Now on the right side here, you're going to see all the different stats that they provide. Now, if you want to look at it, pause the video and read through it. But trust me, these are all the allies that you need for a soul dancer. And with that, we are done. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. Love ya. See ya. Bye.